Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Rotor Talk Live Season 4, Episode 13, DJI Air Mavic 3 rendering, really? And we got lots of news. We got some news to share tonight, okay? Now, take a look behind me, okay? I'll get out of the way for a second, okay? Now, look, okay? There's no stand up there, all right? The move is in progress, and we're in full bore. We're in full gear this weekend here, okay? I can't tell you how many you see the box right there's a box in every room in this house right now, guys. This is just absolute freaking insanity. All right, it's just crazy. Now, I told Valerie this. I said, you know what? We ever get the idea to move again, okay, just send me to the loony bin. All right, both of us. This moving stuff is for the birds. Anyway, good evening, everyone. Got a lot to talk about tonight. Gonna welcome everybody. Like I said, we do have a lot to talk about. Bill Thomas is in the house. Drone Shots is here. Matt Cundiff is here. Johnny Drone Flyer, welcome. Ted Bowman is here. Welcome, Ted. Leonard Oglesby. DeMarco Moore is in the house. And by the way, great job on your co-hosting last night on that other show. We know to love is Drone Nation. Let's see who else is in the house here. Steve Mack is here. Rich Flyer 32. Let's see who else. Drone Master, welcome, my friend. Sam Burns is in the house. All right, our resident expert FPV guy. Jaybird Drone is here. Okay, and Russell is here. Yeah, yes, Ariel, Sean. We are moving. We're just moving down the road here. It's probably about 5 miles down the road. So, 55 and over community. Wonderful place. Wait till you guys see the new setup. All right. Well, all right. We're going to get started here with some news. All right. Now, news, updates, rumors. Okay. First bit of news. Next Tuesday, okay, we'll have closed on both houses and we're moving on Wednesday. Obviously, I won't have any internet. Okay. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm pre-recording a show. It's going to premiere next Tuesday at 8 o'clock. It's going to be a premiere. David Martin Graff, welcome. Glad you're here tonight. What we're going to do now, yeah, I hope so too, Ted. I really hope they don't follow us. Okay. What we're going to do is I'm going to set it as a premiere, so you guys will still be able to chat with each other. Like I said, I'm only going to have probably, like I said, my cell phone and my tablet for internet. So it's going to be kind of together. I'm hoping that I could at least get my laptop up and running a week later. We're going to have a show, but we'll have a show. I promise. If I have to go to Starbucks, we'll have a show. But no, we'll be good to go. We had our walkthrough in our new house today. That went real well. Of course, Valerie drove the construction superintendent crazy because, oh, well, there's this extra paint right here, or this caulking needs to be done here. My wife's but she's thorough, okay, and that's a good thing. And like somebody said, it's the construction supervisor said, if you're paying for something, you have every right to make sure that it's right for you guys. So have at it. I can hardly wait. We're gonna I'll give you a tour of the new place. We'll make sure that we handle that. So I do want to get that. Got some exciting news that will be in this broadcast, okay? Because I'm going to devote probably the entire broadcast to this. So you guys are going to enjoy next Tuesday night, okay, for Rotor Talk Live. Got some exciting things coming to the channel. I hope you guys will be energized and enthused. It's something that I'm very much looking forward to, and I think you guys will be as well. We got, like I said, we got a lot to go on tonight. First thing I want to talk about tonight, okay, is the South Florida drone meetup that just happened this past weekend. All right. By all accounts, the weather absolutely sucked, but the company was the best part of it. From everything that I could tell, everything that I watched, Jim Boyd, Above and Beyond, you did a fantastic video on that. Kudos to you. Okay. Ray Kelly, kudos to you for organizing this and getting this together. Everybody was there. Everybody was there. I'm gonna pull up, if you guys don't mind. We're gonna take a look at I think I thought I had, yeah, I've raised timeline up here. Okay. And I think this is important. Now, it just so happened that I happened to stop, okay, on this one particular screen right here. And look who's there but Drone Nation, our good friend, Mr. Ron Braun. He drove down all the way from New Jersey. He probably, Ron probably knows this, and if he's watching, you probably had better weather in Jersey than you did down here this weekend, okay? It was in the low 60s, which really translate, you got to subtract 10 degrees because of the humidity in the air, okay, and the moisture in the air. So it was chilly this weekend. There were white caps out there most of the time. But you know what? We're going to play a little bit of this, okay? We're going to go ahead and play a little bit. Let me move this.
So anyway, we're here with the infamous Ron Brown, all the way from New Jersey. And Michael Wright. I tell you, it's good to have you guys here. But we're Facebook Live, guys. Facebook Live, just to let you know. Not anybody, nobody cares. But got that FPV separated.
Well, got to see some of the guys there. I saw Dennis Lovelady there. Michael was there. Michael Wright was there. It just looked like they had a lot of fun. They also went out to eat later. Of course, let's take a look. I'm going to pull up some more pictures here. Why not? They had a good time, and I want to make sure you guys can see that they had a good time here. All right. There we go. You can take a look. All right. These guys, look, I don't know about you guys, but it looks like they're having a great time. It was an absolutely great time there. Let's go ahead and go up and take a look here. They had food there, and I don't know who it was. Let's see. Mark Fisher found the DJI FPV drone that ended up in the water. So I guess there's a story with that too. So maybe we'll get that from Ray sometime. And then they went out to eat apparently at Texas Roadhouse. Looks like they had a wonderful time there. And some more flying. They went to Palm Bay Regional Park apparently, yeah, as well too. And there's Ron and Michael Wright and Ray. So all in all, it looks like, Ray, thanks for putting that together. That was fantastic. You know, if I wasn't knee deep in boxes, and trust me, I've been knee deep in boxes the last 2 weeks here, okay? Besides work, okay, and doing channel stuff, only other thing I've been doing, packing, and more packing, okay? Holy cow. Holy cow. What can I say? What can I say? The missing drone. They have the mystery of the missing drone now, all right? There is actually a drone that is missing in this house anymore, okay? Let me pop out the chat here so I can see you guys. All right. Bill is knee deep. Bohemian Cash. Yeah. I am, David. I am. Oh, I won't. Trust me. Okay. I'm not forgetting. None of these drones will be forgotten. There is one drone that I won't be having to take with me. Okay. It's not because it crashed. Okay. Because if it crashed, there'd have been a video and a story about it. I sold my Fimi X8 SE 2020. Okay. And there's a reason that I did that. We got some, I got some news I'm going to share with you guys here in a minute. But I did go ahead and sell that drone. I felt I had gotten a lot of use out of that drone. And for the price point, it's a very good drone for what you get for it. All right. Understand it has its limitations. All right. You're going to have that horizon tilt in a lot of cases here. And you're also going to have, as I had, that interference issue, which at times, depending upon the area that you fly in, it could make it very unreliable. Okay, it really could. Oh, we're talking about somewhere warm in the West Coast area. Okay, Ted, another meetup. I like that idea. That sounds like a good idea. Guys, if we do Florida maybe in May, okay, I can tell you right now, starting in May, you're going to have upper 70s to low 80s, and the weather's going to be totally different than it is in March. Okay, so maybe you want to look at that. But a West Coast one would be great. That would be absolutely fantastic. But my life is going to be revolving around a new house for a while. Anyway, the Fimi, why I sold it. It's be sure not to unpack all the boxes. That way, be ready for your next move, Leonard. God, I hope there's not a next move, because if there is, they're going to have to haul me away to the funny farm. I'm telling you. I told Valerie, I said, I have joints that ache that I didn't know that I even had those joints. Okay. Advil has been my best friend the past 2 weeks, and it's going to be coming up too. It really will be. It's just crazy. Gene Fox, welcome. Glad you're here, my friend. Just absolutely, positively crazy. Drone Master, good question. Okay. Good question. Yes and no. Okay. I can't fly from my yard over the houses there and the development. There is an actual rule in the community that I'm in against drone flying. However, there's a place nearby that I've scoped out already that's not in the community that looks to be very accessible, that I'm almost 100% positive I won't have any problems flying there. So I do have an area picked out. Okay. It's just I can't be taken off from the backyard. So no, that won't be happening. Okay. Now I can probably test them just to see if everything's okay. But as far as flying full bore, I won't be able to do that. However, one of the things, and I'm sorry, I apologize for this webcam. I'm going to be upgrading my webcams when we move as well. That's one of the benefits of moving, is I'm going to be getting some new stuff. Just launch from inside your house. Absolutely, Steve. I like that. I'm going to be getting a couple new webcams for the house. We're going to be looking at multiple views when I do live streams. So, and better. And I apologize for this. I've tried doing firmware updates with this. I've tried better lighting. It's just, unfortunately, at times it just sucks right now with this webcam. That's all I can say. I've done everything I can for this. So, how can you beat the area you fly now? Take it from backyard and a few houses and all desert. Yeah. It was pretty. I was very blessed to have the area that I did to fly over. These past 3 years, really did. It was fantastic. So going forward, like I said, I've scoped out another area. I should not have any problem flying there. I will need to have my videographer with me. So that means Valerie has to come with me. So y'all might be able to get to see her in some of my videos. Okay. Cause I know you like that. And, I've been doing them probably by myself for the past year, but it'll be great getting her back in, getting her a part of the channel. She's always a part of the channel. I run a lot of things by her before I actually do videos. So, she is very much involved with this channel as I am. So that's exactly where we're going there with that. All right. Now, something that totally came, and I want to thank Johnny Alfonso for putting this up. Apparently the Fimi X8 Mini is on its way. Let's go ahead and get some information up on this, which was very exciting news. I mean, I was thoroughly excited to see this today. Let's go ahead and share the screen here. All right. At Easter comes Fimi X8 Mini, the new drone without a license, competing with DJI Mini 2. All right. Wow. Some real honest to goodness pictures. And it looks like a watered down version initially at first glance of the Fimi X8 SE. Okay. 2020. Let's take a look here. Fimi, subsidiary of Xiaomi, famous for Mi Drone 4K and then for the A3 and X8 SE, unveiled some features of the X8 Mini, a new drone weighing less than 250 grams that will allow it in Italy and Europe to be conducted without the so-called license, even in urban scenarios if the flight space is allowed, with a possibility of overflighting uninformed people as long as they are not assembled. The characteristics of the new X8 Mini drone declared today by Fimi are maximum flight time of 31 minutes, fast charging battery via the classic Type-C smartphone charger, gimbal camera mechanically stabilized on 3 axes with 4K and HDR video, smart flight features such as Dronia's orbits, panoramas. They meant to say droney. It probably is a misspelling. Ability to broadcast the return video in live streaming. So sounds like you'd be able to do live streaming from this. Transmission range of 8 kilometers to be verified what will be in Europe with EC powers. It can also be piloted without a remote control directly from the smartphone. Now that is very interesting. That's something that's brand new. The same Fimi has stated that the characteristics will be very similar to those of the DJI Mini 2. According to the information in our possession, the Mini X8 will also have some more features than the Mini 2 in addition to live streaming. Factors that could push DJI to respond by adding features to the Mini 2, also publishing the expected SDK, Software Developers Kit, and to resume the firmware updates of the Mini 1, apparently abandoned to itself, but could become an entry level with an attack price in the 250 range grams. Understand this was translated from some other language here. Okay, I just want to let you know that. You can see it has between 250 and 350 euros. The price of the X8 Mini has not been announced. According to our estimates, it should be between 250 and 350 euros. The official presentation is scheduled for April 6th. It will probably coincide with the start of pre-orders, presumably an initial exclusive on Banggood, as it has already happened for A3 and X8. Okay, and then apparently it's from Italy because this is where this is from, and this is now that's just a regular Fimi. There's not really anything else on there. First of all, I want to thank Johnny Drone Flyer for this. Let's get the pictures up here again. Okay. I want to thank Johnny Drone Flyer for sending me this information. I'm going to go ahead out and reach out to my contact at Fimi. I haven't heard back from them. I've emailed them a couple of times. So I'm going to see if I can go ahead and confirm some of this information. And I'll try to include that in my broadcast for next Tuesday night in my news and updates in that section. But exciting news, okay? And this is, talk about perfect timing, okay? Because I just sold my Fimi X8 SE 2020, all right? How much better can the timing get than that? I mean, really, it really is. It is pretty cheap, Drone Views Media. DJI will have to up their game. Yeah, they finally, okay, I hope Fimi gets it. And I hope there's a couple of things that I want to say about this. Number one, let's hope that there is no horizon tilt issue with this, okay? Because if it is coming out of the gate, okay, it'll shoot this down so fast, make your head spin, all right? Because that's one thing that a lot of people get really tired with the Fimi X8 SE and the SE 2020 is that horizon tilt issue. And let's also hope with this, okay, that there's no interference issue, that they have found a way to possibly insulate the electronics in there so they don't get interfered with. Because to me, that was my number one pet peeve with the Fimi X8 SE 2020 was that interference. I would go to the end of the lake that I'm on down here. I wouldn't have any issues. As soon as I go down the other end of the lake, and it didn't matter if I went to the back of the lake or right through the middle of the lake, there's a point. It just gets some interference, and that automatic return to home engages. Okay, and there's nothing you can do about that, and you lose signal for maybe 10 or 15 seconds. Not good. Okay. I'm hoping that Fimi has bolstered those. Fimi has bolstered those two things up, I think their cameras are good. I think the camera on the X8 SE 2020 was a good camera. The video from it and the stills from it, I think, were good quality. I think they do rival in a way DJIs. They're not as good, but they do that. And if they can keep this in that price range, guys, $250 to $350, okay? Let's say it tops out at like $300, all right? This thing will fly off the shelves or fly off of Banggood shelves. Now, here's an item of note, okay? Now, I know a lot of you guys, Jaybird, you're right. I think it's going to be about 300. I agree. You know the trials and tribulations of ordering from Banggood, okay? One thing I can tell you is this. If you find out that this has gone on sale, and of course, I'll get links up when it does get on sale, all right? And it would really help the channel a lot if you could use those links. I will post them in the videos and out on my Fimi page. By the way, my Fimi X8 SE 2020 page will also be including the Fimi Mini as well. I'm going to change the title of the page to reflect that. So, you know, we'll have both. All right. If you could use that link, it would help the channel out. It doesn't cost you anything extra to do that. As soon as they get on sale, get one, because we found out that when we did the Fimi X8 SE 2020, we had ordered a little bit down the line, like Marcus and I did. The wait was excruciating. It really was. I remember I canceled mine, and then they were in stock here in the U.S., and then I finally, or in China, and then I got it in like less than 10 days. I reordered it, and it came in. So you got to pay attention to that. My strong suggestion is when you do see them go on sale, don't hesitate. Jump on this immediately. Absolutely, positively jump on this immediately, because otherwise, you know, you'll be put in a back queue, because they're going to have an initial batch, you know, let's say, you know, 500, 1,000 of them ready. And then once they're out, it's probably going to take about another month or so before they get another batch. So you have that month's wait while you're waiting for Fimi to catch up production wise and to get this. Yeah, that was a long wait, DeMarco. It really was. It was crazy. It was absolutely insane. You're going to have that delay, you know, of saying a month to get up enough product again to fulfill orders. All right. And it's going to take a while for them to do that. You know, it's especially, and I can tell you this, if this drone is as good as what we're finding out, all right, it's going to sell very well. Okay. This is an excellent price point. It really is. And under 250 grams. Okay. If you could do all these things. Now remember here, okay, it's going to be a rival to the Mini. Okay. Not so much the Mini 2, but the Mini. And I'm hoping that they're talking 8 kilometers here. Now, that's another thing that I'm going to try to get confirmed. And if I do get that confirmed, I will make sure to include that information in an update video. And, you know, when for next week's Rotor Talk Live, which I'm going to be recording this weekend, so you guys can get that information. I'm going to be emailing Fimi and my contact at Fimi to find this information out. This was a very pleasant surprise. I'm really glad to see this. I think it's going to be fantastic. I think it's going to provide, and it's good. It's good when something comes in to challenge DJI. Okay, it's good competition for the marketplace. No geofencing. You're right, Drone Views Media. Absolutely, that's another good thing about this drone. You don't have to worry about that. You know, that app is already out there. Okay. The app is on the App Store, and we've reported that it was probably out there about a month and a half, almost 2 months ago. So that's going to be very interesting. And they're talking about this working without a remote. Wow. That's going to be fantastic. You know, my strong suggestion is you want to get to a very wide open space. If you're trying that without the remote for the first time, I do want to caution everybody with that. That's going to be very different trying to fly that. Okay. I flew the Tello with the app. All right. It's kind of, it takes some getting used to. Okay. A Wi-Fi drone, Jaybird, you know, who knows? I have no idea. No idea. Like I said, I'm going to reach out to Fimi and see if I can get some updated information on this. I mean, I really like these specs, and I'll definitely include this link. And again, I want to thank Johnny Alfonso Johnny Drone Flyer for this. Johnny, thanks so much for sending this my way. I've been, like I said, I've been so knee deep in boxes. I wouldn't have seen this, but it's good news. It's coming at a good time. So stay tuned. You know, and I got some other news to share here coming up in a bit. But you know, all in all, this is going to be. I think this is going to be a game changer. I think it's going to also push the market in the right direction. And I think this is why, and this is just conjecture on my part, but my strong suspicion is that DJI knew this drone was coming out, and that's why they got the Mini 2 out when they did. And, you know, to establish the market share with that. April 6th to 8th for release of the Fimi Mini. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. Matt, are those specs, would you say, accurate specs that I read to you? If you can reply back in the chat, that would be great. I would say they probably are, because I know you're the man, you're the Fimi man. You have all the answers with Fimi. I thought I had some connections. Apparently, you have even better connections than I do. But you know, the thing that kicks me is, you know, Banggood. You can't. I mean, it's like, you know, you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. It won't be available anywhere. It may be AliExpress or Alibaba may have it, but I'm going to tell you, you got to go with Banggood, and it's just it's always an interesting experience with them. Okay. Yes, they are. Thank you, Matt. Okay. Matt did confirm those specs. So, wow. Yeah, that's going to be, it's going to be incredible. So, April 6th to 8th, that's coming up, guys. That's not that far away. Cause next week, you know, I'm going to be, that's going to be, I'm still on vacation then, because I'm taking like 7 days of actual vacation, 7 work days, but that's going to translate to probably, let's see, 5, 4, 9, 11 total days off. So, and yeah, I'm going to be focused on stuff, and it's not going to be pleasant. So anyway, that's good to hear, Matt. You know, get your cards ready, guys, ready to hit that buy button. All right. Like I said, I'm going to make sure I'm going to post links in the Fimi group. If you want to purchase it through there, I would greatly appreciate it. It would help the channel greatly if you guys do that. And I can't thank you. And I want to also take the time to mention, thank you guys for your super chats and all that you do, you know, to help support the channel. We greatly appreciate it. I can't say that enough. Seriously. All right. So April 6th to 8th, be ready, be on the lookout. You know, I find out about it. I'll make sure we get links up there for you guys, and jump on this. Like I said, you want to, don't even hesitate for a second. You're going to need to get out there and get that. Okay. Be free for me if I pay in full with Banggood points. Gorilla Man. I love that. Okay. You probably have more Banggood points than any other human being on the face of this planet, my friend. Okay. Of that, I have absolutely, positively no doubt. Okay. None whatsoever. None. All right, kind of switching gears here just a little bit, just kind of a segue into the next part here. We're going to have a giveaway. Probably it's going to be in April sometime. I haven't exactly figured it out. I got some t-shirts, okay? Other drone reviewers t-shirts, okay? All right. There's a reason I'm giving them away. It's called COVID-19 weight. All right, we're not going to go there, but okay. We're going to give away some t-shirts, okay? And I have a lot of extra t-shirts, okay? And you'll really like them. And I got a lot of other stuff. Got some Build a Drone Reviewer coffee mugs we're going to give away. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. You know, right now, unfortunately, I can only ship to the United States. All right. You know, to fill out, and I can tell you what, guys, when I had to send my Fimi X8 SE 2020 back to China, filling out that customs form, it took me almost 2 hours to fill out that form. All right. It was a royal pain in the butt. But like I said, coming up in April, I don't know exactly when, we're gonna have a nice giveaway. It'll be on Rotor Talk Live. We'll probably do half the show like a normal show, and the other half I'm just going to be giving away some things. And a lot of these things are brand new, never used. So be looking forward to that. We're going to have a lot of fun. And you guys will like it. I promise. Yeah, it's like and you know what? Because you guys have been so good, I'm going to pull Valerie in, and she's going to help me with the giveaway. She doesn't know that yet. So maybe if she's watching me, I don't think she's watching me right now. So she'll find this out later. So she'll be a part of this giveaway. Anyway, it's great to have her on camera. It'll be from the new place. Hopefully my room will be set up. Okay. I still have another segue here before we talk about our next subject here. Okay. Thank you, my friend. I kind of figured you would like that, Tom. It's a great mug. I have 2 of the black ones left. Okay. The company who I've been getting them from, they don't have black coffee mugs anymore. All right. So these are going to be 2 classics. I'm giving away 2 of those coffee mugs. There's a white one that I'm going to be giving away too, but the 2 black ones are absolute classics. All right. So you guys are going to be getting some good stuff there. Okay. Absolutely good stuff. It'll be fun. It'll be even more fun with Valerie here because she'll probably tell you some funny things about me. So but there's really isn't anything funny about me. No, I'm just kidding. We have a great relationship. We have a lot of fun with each other. Our stress levels are kind of high right now, but I think if we can live through this, we can live through anything. Okay. All right. Moving on to the next subject here. All right. We saw today out there. Well, actually, this came out 3 days ago. All right, which was real interesting. And I was kind of like, I didn't know what to think of this at first. Okay. Hey, Castello, who is a friend of the channel and has been on several times. He runs Drone XL is his site now, and he put out. And let me go ahead, Bill. You should probably share your screen. Okay, let's share the screen so you guys can see too. Now I don't know if you guys saw this or not. DJI Mavic 3 Insider Sketch shows first glance of drone. Today, Drone XL received an exclusive insider sketch of the DJI Mavic 3 drone. The DJI insider told us he has seen the Mavic 3 in development. They've already started testing the quadcopter, he said. Right after the FPV leaks ended, we started receiving information that DJI is pushing and sending their new DJI Air 2S to various channels, okay? And while this is certainly exciting news, we're even more excited by the following drawing that was exclusively shared with Drone XL by a DJI insider. The sketch offers a first peek at the upcoming DJI Mavic 3. Okay, now let's kind of go over some of these things here, and I do want to talk about this, all right? Upward sensors are placed at the front, not at the back of the drone, okay, which is interesting. Mavic Air 2 front design, but with a bigger camera, all right? Air scoop, like you would see on the Mini. Possible placement for side sensors. Battery is loaded from the back, Phantom 4 style, which, I mean, the Mini is doing the same thing here, all right? Now, I kind of want to stop right here, all right, and talk about this. Now, one of the things that I can say about this, courtroom sketch artist, that's kind of what, yeah, I would absolutely say this is kind of what that looks like, all right? First off, not to discount our good friend Hay, which, like I said, I greatly respect Hay and I really like him. But I don't think this is going to be what you're going to see here. And I think one of the things, and we've talked about it on the show before. Yeah, it is a big camera, Drone Views Media. I agree. It's a very big camera. I still say in some way, remember this here, okay? They may not even call it Mavic 3. It may be DJI 3 or something. Who knows, okay? I still think they're going to keep the Mavic name just for this one, all right? Because I think it's too iconic. And I think it would be like if they had called the Phantom 4, just called it 4 or something, okay? It's still going to be called the Mavic 3. I think the drone is physically, number one, several things about this, okay, that jumped out at me. This is physically going to be bigger than your Mavic 2 Pro and Mavic 2 Zoom, okay? I can almost guarantee you that right now, all right? How much bigger, I don't know, but I believe it will be bigger, all right? That's one of the things that you can take away from this. Now, one of the other things, and we had talked about it, and I had actually talked about it on when we just had a couple of weeks ago, talked about the Mavic 3. One of the things that I'm a firm believer in, okay, you know, the Inspire 2 was the end of the line for the Inspire series, all right? They were fantastic drones for, let's call them semi-professionals, all right? You probably saw them in several car chase scenes. You know, if you go out to DJI tutorial videos or the DJI website or YouTube site, they show some fantastic footage taken from an Inspire 2. Those are incredible drones. They do an incredible job. They kind of bridge the gap between professional drones, say, such as a Matrice, and the consumer drones, such as like a Mavic 2 Pro. Okay, they kind of fit in between here, okay? Now, this is where I'm going, guys, okay? Hiya, I had no idea. I had absolutely no idea quadcopters and tech. Thank you for that. I've called him that when I've had him on the show. So so I will definitely note that down. Thank you for that information. Appreciate that. One of the things I think that this drone is going to do is, okay, it's going to bridge that gap. Not only it's going, but between, okay, you know, there's the Phantom line is gone. The Inspire line is gone, okay? So DJI jumps from, let's say, a Mavic line, quote unquote, is the top of the line for the consumers. And then you go to the professional drones, which you're going to be looking at the Matrices, okay? The Matrice 300s, which are absolutely insane, incredible machines. But they're also, you know, you're looking at $20,000 and up before you even add a camera to it. So those get quite expensive quite quickly with that. What I am absolutely thinking with all this is what we're going to see here is I don't think we're going to see this kind of a camera assembly, okay? What I'm thinking of, we're going to be having something that's going to be able to house a 360 camera, all right? Because DJI wants to do they wanted this to be a prosumer type of drone, all right? Something that's going to be professional and be able to be used in a professional setting, and also something that is going to be able to use by a consumer, all right? Now, the Inspire 2 was arguably could fit into that kind of niche, okay, as a prosumer type of drone. It's something that consumers could purchase, but yet it was kind of more geared and more leaned toward the toward professionals. I'm thinking there's going to be a 360 camera with this. I don't know how it's going to be designed. All right. Are they going to have, is it going to have long landing gear like the Inspire did in a shorter frame? I don't know. Okay. Now I'm not dismissing this rendering here, which could be an accurate rendering, but I'm just saying, for me, I'm thinking it's the camera has to be the stellar feature of this drone. I think everybody, yes, Akashero, and forgive me if I pronounce your name, Akarasho. Yeah, the camera is going to have to be the star of that, and a swappable camera. I agree. I think that would be something that would be incredible. And that, again, that's a feature The software and app will be proprietary for sure. You're right. You're right, Tom. I agree 100%. Flight time. Yeah, flight time is going to have to be incredible. You're going to have to look at 40 plus minutes of flight time, I think, with something like this. A swappable camera. The camera is going to be the star. And remember, the Inspire 2 series, that camera is swappable. Okay, you can put all kind of different camera options on an Inspire 2 if you want that. Okay, now this is gonna this is gonna be pricey, guys. Okay, this isn't gonna be your 1,500 to you're gonna be over 2,000 for something like this. You may even approach 2,500 for that. Camera quality, yeah, Brad. It's gonna have to. The quality of this camera is gonna have to exceed the Mavic 2 Pro. To me, that's one of the best camera. That's the best camera I have on a drone right now, and I have the Phantom 4 Pro V2.0. That is by far, to me, the best camera. But it's low light capabilities. Okay, yeah. The quality of this, it has to be good. Okay. And Jaybird, right. If this is something that's reliable, absolutely. I think all of us would pay for something like this. I think all of us would enjoy having this type of a drone. There's a design. The design may be on there, but there could be some type of mechanism that drops the gimbal when it takes flight, so to speak, instead of having retractable gear that points this down. I don't know. I'm just this is just pure conjecture here. I don't know. The rendering is a good rendering. It looks a lot like the Mavic Air 2 front design, which is what we see here. But for me, I think the thing with this one, remember 360, a big sensor. You're right, Tom. I agree. It's going to have your sensors. You're going to have, and that's a good point. Thank you for bringing that up, Tom. You're going to have a robust, and I mean a very robust 360 obstacle avoidance on this guy here. All right. You're going to have something that is going to be just totally engaged all the time. Obviously, having the option to be able to shut it off if you want to be able to do that. But you're going to need to have something like this, because if you don't, all right, hello, Drone View's right. Exactly. You guys are jumping ahead of me, which is fantastic. It's going to have to be the low light king. I agree 100%. Okay, because that's the reason that Mavic 2 Pro has been my favorite drone. That low light capability with that drone is just off the charts. It's off the flipping charts. It really is. That's just something you can't really underestimate, the capabilities of that. That is just absolutely fantastic. Wild card would be a Mavic 300. Well, that's not going to happen, Jay Bird. I'm going to tell you that right now. You're going to get all these accessories on here, plus a beefy battery. It's going to be well over 250. And I don't think DJI is concerned about that with a Mavic 3. I think they're going to try to combine and get the best part. Now, coming up this August, okay, it's going to be 3 years since the Mavic 2 has been out on the market, and that seems like an eternity for this. And I know in the article it also talked about that that has been a while since this has happened, and it also talked about how this drone may not come out until 2022. Now, all that remains to be seen. All right, and like I said, I'm just going on just some based upon market, based upon what I've seen with drones, based upon knowing that the Inspire 2 and the Phantom 4 Pro are gone. Their lines are gone. This is going to have to pick up that slack. Okay, and in order to do that, you're going to have a 360 camera. I don't know how it's going to be done, but it's going to be an incredible drone. It's also going to be pricey. Okay, now there is going to be, the first thing I get when a new drone comes out, when it's a pricey, the first thing is it's too much money, Bill. It costs too much money. The first thing, my response is, Look at the feature set. Look at what you get for this drone, okay? This thing, the camera on this guy right here, okay? What, you know, it's going to be a kicker camera. It's really going to knock the socks off of any camera, I think, that had been put on a prosumer and consumer drone for DJI, including the Phantom 4. It's going to have capabilities on it that are going to be absolutely fantastic, all right? It's probably going to need a lot of airflow to cool down. I think it's going to have a great processor with it. Like I said, it's probably going to have great battery life. It's going to also have that 360 obstacle avoidance with this. It's something that is really we're gonna look forward to. JSK Enterprise, thank you for showing up tonight. Good to see you. Drone Life RC, welcome. Glad you're here tonight. So, you know, this is a lot to look forward to with this. So stay tuned. Fly Zone Drone Quadcopters, welcome. Got a lot to look forward to with this. So I think it's going to be coming out this year. Probably late summer, early fall is my time frame. Probably about the same time, probably in line with the 3rd anniversary of the Mavic 2 being released. So, you know, we'll be seeing that. That'll be coming up. That'll be coming up in a not too distant future. I mean, April's right around the corner here. I mean, it really is. So, absolutely. Last thing that I wanted to share with you guys tonight was the reaction to the Air 2. Now, you probably saw I put out a video about the Air 2, which really was, you know, I put because not a lot of people watch Rotor Talk Live, not as many as I would love to have a lot more people watch. But by taking these videos and putting them back out there, it reaches a wider audience. And that's one of the reasons I do that. I know people have asked me about that, and I think it's a good thing. The reaction I have seen has been mostly positive on something like this. I did get quite a few people react and tell me, well, you know, it's really just another Mavic Air 2 with this, and this. And I said, well, think about it. Okay. They're going to improve the camera on it. You're going to have OcuSync 3.0 on it. You're probably going to have a better range on it. Probably battery life. It's probably going to be about the same. You know, hopefully, maybe cross your fingers, you might get some obstacle avoidance on it. That's definitely on the wish list, and that's one of the things that people that had watched that video had been commenting about is definitely obstacle avoidance on something like that. And I think this is coming sooner rather than later. I think we'll probably see it probably by the end of April, maybe early May is when we'll see an Air 2S. And it's really interesting, the name. A lot of people had commented about the name of this being, you know, DJI naming it the Air 2S, which I thought was, you know, they're going with this shortening of their names. Apparently, you know, this is something they've come up with in their marketing department that will help sell the product better. So stay tuned. The reaction seemed overall very positive from this that I got in the comments from the video. It will be coming soon. I expect it to be under $1,000, easily under $1,000, but without Flymore Kit. With Flymore Kit, I can't promise, but without, I think it will be under $1,000. I think the camera will definitely be better. You'll have a better range with this, with OcuSync 3.0, and possibly some sensors, either side, rear, on top, maybe all three. I don't know, but you know, you're going to get a little bit of a price bump with this, so be expected for that. But I think again, this is a brilliant move on DJI's part to come out with this and to pull more people into the market here. Now, the very last thing I wanted to talk about was the DJI FPV. I won't say I've seen a lot of negative comments about the FPV, but what I will say is it's not generated the enthusiasm I think DJI thought it was going to generate. All right, that's just what I have to say. Okay, it's just not there. Because I was explaining I had a talk with my son-in-law tonight. Okay, you have your pure hardcore FPV flyers. Okay. These guys know FPV inside and out. They live, sleep, eat, and breathe FPV. Okay. They all put their own drones together. They do an incredible job. By the way, Sam Burns, great job on yours. I saw your picture of your upgrade. It looks fantastic. Good job, my friend. You know, they know this, okay? Then you have on this hand, okay, on this hand, you have your hardcore camera drone flyers, okay? Ron Braun, Marcus Crawford, yours truly, you know, a lot of others. You know, I can't do FPV, okay? And I think Ron is probably the same way. Maybe Ron and Marcus too, okay? They're trying to pull. They're not going to pull the hardcore FPVers, okay? The whole point about it and the whole thing that draws people into this is you have the opportunity to build your own quad with this, which is fantastic if you know what you're doing, and you got to know some things to be able to do that. You got to know how to solder, okay? There's no way around that. There's a lot of pluggable components. You got to know how to repair it too, because you're going to crash, okay? There's just some things, okay? You're not going to be pulling these guys in, okay? I don't think that's not who DJI intended it for. DJI intended it for the camera drone guys, to pull camera drone guys into the market here, all right? Now, from everything I've seen, this is not, this could get you into the market, but I don't see DJI taking a further step than this, all right? I don't see enough interest in this. Philly Drone Life, Mikey, welcome. Glad to see you here, my friend. And everybody, make sure you tune in to Mikey. He'll be on right after we're done here, and we're rounding third and headed for home, Mikey. So we'll give you a good lead in, my friend. Never a problem. Ron Braun's not going to be on the show tonight. I don't know who you going to have on there tonight, Mikey. Who's going to be your special co-host? Okay. I know it's going to be an even crazier show because you need Mr. Ron Braun to kind of keep you roped in. Okay. It's wild and crazy with Philly Drone Life. So stay tuned for Mikey's show after we're done here. Let me give you an example. This past weekend, here in Tampa, I was going to say Columbus. I was talking to my son-in-law. Okay. He lives in Columbus. Anyway, this past weekend here in Tampa, I got an email from DJI saying that they were having a DJI FPV experience. For lack of a better term, it might have been called something different. I'm not 100% sure, but they were asking people who were interested in test flying it to come up to a park in the area here to test fly the DJI FPV drone. Is a means of trying to promote this, okay? Which, number one, I thought this was very interesting. Of course, my weekend, everything, my time is spoken for, okay? Except for my time when I eat, get my shower, and work, it's spoken for, okay? For the next God knows how long. So it was a good thing that they were doing this and advertising this. But then I want to take a step back and think about it. Okay, Ron Braun needs a raise. Mikey, you need to give him a raise, okay? He's the only one who can keep you in line, my friend. All right. Anyway, I was thinking about this, okay? Did DJI need to have a pre or a post event for the Mavic 2 series to help generate sales? Did they need to have a post event with, say, the Phantom 4 to generate sales, or the Mini 2, or the Mavic Air 2? And you know what the answers are for that. They don't need those, all right? So there you go with that, all right? They're trying to drum up interest in it, which is fine, and I understand, they're targeting a specific niche with this drone here. Okay. Results are yet to be seen. one of the other things is, and I forget the gentleman's name. He's one of the best FPV flyers in the world, and I watched his video several times, and we talked about it last time. One of the things that you need to do with that drone, and it's real specific. You're going to crash that drone, and he crashed that drone. This guy's like a world-class FPVer, and his name escapes me. I know you guys know his name, okay? But he crashed his, and DJI had actually sent him too. All right, because the problem with this drone is, this one's going to be crashed. It's not built to take it like the drones that you put together by yourself, like the pure FPV flyers use all the time. So stay tuned for this. Hopefully it'll pull some people in the market, but you would need to go to that side of the market, really, okay, to pull that people in. It'll get people interested, I think. Is it going to be a real boom? We'll see. Okay, the jury's kind of still out on that. So, all right, wrapping things up here. Okay, I was going to say let's go to my stellar co-host tonight. I had no co-host tonight. All right, just me. You just had me tonight. All right, I'm going to record an episode for next week for Tuesday night this weekend. I want you guys to stay tuned. We're going to be half the show is going to be like a normal show. The other half, well, let's say this. I think most of that show is going to be dedicated to the exciting things that are going to be happening here at the channel. So you want to pay attention to this coming up here, okay? There's going to be a lot of information, good information coming at you, but a lot of information, okay? One thing I will tell you is this. There will not be a dull moment on this channel, okay? And like I said, these past several months here, we have had horrible weather, all right? It has been something that has been just really atrocious to fly in. The Meetup experienced it this week with gale force winds. We've been having 35, 40 mile an hour winds, it seems, almost like every other day around here right now for some reason. I can't explain it, but it's been happening since the first of the year. So anyway, with all that being said, that's coming up next Tuesday. It'll be a premiere, so guys will be able to chat with each other. And drop a note in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think of that. I'll be real anxious to find out what you guys. Stephen Ewing, welcome. Glad you're here. We're doing well. We're getting things wrapped up, my friend. So definitely watch the show. A lot of good information here tonight. There'll be a lot of good information coming up next week. So interact in the chat and let me know in the comments section what you think of next week's video. I'd be real interested to get your reaction. We will be up and running by hook or by crook a week after that. It may be on my laptop. It may be on my desktop. I just don't know yet. Okay. Because I got a lot of honeydews. I got so many. I got enough honeydews to keep me busy for probably about a year. So just to let you guys know. All right. I love my wife. I'll say that. All right, guys. It's been a great evening. I want to thank everybody here. Your co-host was tonight in chat. Okay. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. You guys, my co-host was chat tonight, and you guys did a fantastic job. Give yourself a hand. You guys make this show. You guys are what really make this show for me. Okay. You bring up some excellent comments, and I want to thank each and every one of you guys for that tonight. Richard, thank you. It was a great show. It should be absolutely. Akashira, I like your comment there too. Thank you guys for your great comments here. That really makes the show, puts a smile on my face. You guys are engaged with this. This is such an important part of my channel. I think it's the most important part of my channel. I love doing regular drone videos, but even more so, I love doing this live stream because I think it connects to you guys. It gets you information that's out there. I can't emphasize enough what the importance of that information is to get that out to you. So be looking for that coming up. Okay. I may get a couple of videos out before then, just to kind of keep things going here, but be on the lookout for that next Tuesday night. By hook or by crook, I will be having a real Rotor Talk live the week after that, but be watching for that. It'll be set up as a premiere so you guys can chat And also, please leave some comments because I'd like to know what you guys think, because this is going to be some major news. You do not want to miss next week's episode, number 14. You do not want to miss it. It's going to be a great episode. So hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Okay. And as always, it's a great day to fly. Take care, guys.